Hey you guys, it's Ani. Happy Friday, happy weekend. This is gonna be a great video, a great start to your weekend, and a great start to your month. We are finally in June. I feel like time's flying like crazy. But I want to do today's video and a little bit different. So, like I'm gonna share with you obviously personal things I've manifested lately, some things my clients have too. But I found a quote in my phone from like maybe I don't know, like 7 years ago, and I went to like delete. I was deleting like a bunch of pictures because you know how we literally like screenshot, snapshot everything, and we have so many pictures and we never delete them. I was like trying to organize my photo album, and I saw it, and I'm like, okay, I want to share this quote with you guys because it totally resonated. And it's so funny because like I don't know how many years ago it was, from like 7-10 years ago, but it still resonates till this day. It resonates even more actually, knowing as much as we know about this knowledge. I'll get into that in a little bit. I'm also going to talk about, you guys, why your manifestation may not be here yet, or why you've experienced like what you desire manifest. Like if you've seen the same thing manifest with someone else, or let's say you were manifesting something with SP, but they showed that to someone else, or they did that for someone else. I'll be explaining why that happens as well, along with everything else, because you know I always share everything and anything in my videos, even if it's like about a certain topic, we get into all of it. But let me share this. Oh, by the way, if you want me to talk about any of these topics going forward, let me know. This week, you guys, just this week, like it was an amazing week with my clients. One of my clients has manifested such a leveling up in her self-concept that she always wanted to be an entrepreneur. She wanted to have her own business, but she was stuck in her like 9-to-5 corporate job. And it was super scary to leave. Like even up until like, I don't know, a few months ago, like she was not planning on leaving that job. She was not planning on taking the next step to become an entrepreneur, and she literally did that recently. And I'm so proud of her, because that is like you becoming the next level version of yourself, which is gonna be that entrepreneur, which is gonna be that abundant higher self of yours, right? Same thing with another client this week. I feel like this week was very entrepreneur themed. One of my clients went from literally making like $500 a week to $7,000 a day as an entrepreneur. We've been working together for quite some time. Incredible. Literally, like, this is why I love what I do, because I want you to know possibilities are endless. Possibilities are endless. When you level up, when you invest in yourself, literally it can go from here to here, like in a short amount of time too. Like a lot of us think it may take years for that to happen. No. So if you want to hear any of those stories, I could go more into detail in next week's video. But I want to share this quote with you guys that I found in my phone, and I hope it resonates. I feel like it will resonate. So it goes like this. You are beginning to understand, aren't you, that the whole world is inside of you, in your perspectives and in your heart. That to be able to find peace, you must be at peace with yourself first. And to truly enjoy life, you must enjoy who you are. And once you learn how to master this, you will be protected from everything that makes you feel like you cannot go on. That with this gift of recognizing yourself, even when you are alone, you will never be lonely. And the little, like, it says unknown. Like, I don't know who that quote is from. If you guys do, comment down below. It's from Unknown, but the part in there, which is so true, where it says, when you learn to master this, to being at peace with yourself, to enjoying yourself, when you learn how to master this, you will be protected from everything that makes you feel like you cannot go on. It is so true, you guys, because when you start really focusing and identifying with who you are, what triggers you, what makes you happy, what makes you react, the more you give yourself that love and that attention and you prioritize yourself, your life starts literally bringing opportunities to you that only match up with your desires and your higher self. Like, I don't know if you've noticed that so far, but as you've been leveling up, the experiences that have been coming in, the people that have been coming in, the people that have been leaving your experience, can't you tell that it's all like matching this new version you're becoming? Like, I noticed that was happening to me when I was really focusing and starting to trust myself more. My clients too. My clients have been noticing this too. Like, for example, the more you focus on what's gonna make you feel good throughout your day, throughout your week, throughout your month, what's going to trigger you less, what's going to put you in a better, like, feel good state, what's going to keep your mind calm, what's going to be least resistant for you, you'll start seeing people show up that way for you. They only bring you peace and calm and comfort and joy. Your work will start bringing you peace, calm, comfort, and joy. Money will start coming in easier. Your specific person will start coming in, starting to treat you how you treat yourself. Pouring into you, your specific person will start pouring into you as well. So I've experienced it. So many of my clients have experienced it when they start working on that self-concept and who they identify as, right? Trusting yourself. And every single time you have a little breakthrough within, even if it's like a emotional breakthrough, even if you start realizing that, like, something that used to bother me no longer bothers me, what happens is you start really realizing that, and then you start trusting this process even more. You start trusting the whole process because you're like, all right, I get it. All I had to do was pour more into me, love myself the way I want to be loved, see myself the way I want to be seen, make assumptions about specific people that I want to experience those assumptions, those opportunities, those experiences from them. And the more you pour into that, the more life projects that back onto you, which is just creating a better and better and better life going forward. But here's the problem. A lot of people fall victim to their old story and their old circumstance, their old habits of thinking. And it's just so much easier to stay in that old thought process. It's not even easier to stay there. Your brain will involuntarily take you there because the new is not dominant enough yet. Okay? And I want to explain why it's so easy to fall back. Sometimes it's because, number one, it's not dominant yet. But number two, it takes effort to make the new story dominant. And it feels like work. And you feel like, oh, well, this is just work. This is a chore. It's not comfortable. It's not what I always did. It's not what I'm used to doing. And we fall back into habit, right? The same way, like how let's say like you want to get up and you want to cook something, right? But you're like, no, it's just faster for me to go through the drive-through, right? It's the same way. Like, it's faster for you to go to your old self-concept and the old way you identify as, the old way you think other people see you, rather than go to the new story. And I talk about this so much in all my videos, but once you realize that that happens, then you can face it head on. A lot of people aren't realizing that that's what's happening. They're just going towards comfort. But when you realize that, hey, I'm prone to do this, let me not do this. This is an actual thing. You know, going to the comfort zone is an actual thing. I feel more safe over there. You'll do it less when you know it's something that's hindering you, right? So I want to talk about, you guys, why you may be desiring something, right? You may be like manifesting something and you see it happen with someone else, or you see, like, let's say you're manifesting something with your specific person, right? And specific person does it, but to someone else and not you. Why does that happen? Pause your video, get your drinks, get your snacks. Let's do this, you guys. Your coffee, your tea. Why does it happen when you're working towards a desire and then you see it happen to someone else, or you see your specific person give whatever you wanted to another person? It's because you're skipping the internal work and you're, how should I say this? You're skipping the internal work that you got to do first inside yourself, that self-concept work, and you're jumping straight to living in the end while you're in lack. Does that make sense? Let me give you an example so it makes it easier. So let's say you're manifesting to go, let's say you're manifesting to go on a romantic like date with your specific person. And you're manifesting it, you're like affirming for it, you're visualizing it, whatever. And then you see, maybe you see on social media, or you see somewhere that like your SP actually took someone else to that restaurant, right? And the reason why I'm even sharing this, you guys, is because I get this question so much. Like, if I got $1 for every time I got this question, I would be a millionaire. That's why I'm sharing it with you. So you see it happen with someone else. The reason for this is you are prematurely jumping to the end without working on your self-concept, which is dominantly in lack. Dominantly in lack. And this happens mostly to those who want the result super fast. They don't care about working on the inner world, what triggers them, what's making them react. They don't care about regulating the nervous system. They don't care about staying calm and in peace and in like a neutral state. They're in a lack state, and they're beating the drum of the desire. Like, it's not ideal for you to manifest when you're in lack, when you're uncomfortable, when you're anxious, when you're fearful, and you're like literally obsessing over affirmations. You're doing 10,000 affirmations a day and you're feeling sick to your stomach. That's why whatever you're manifesting shows up with someone else, because when you're resistant, the least resistant way is for that person to show someone else, because you're in resistance. You're not the least resistant option. That's why you're not being chosen in that moment. It doesn't even have to be with specific person. Like, let's talk about it. If it was let's say you're manifesting a promotion, right? Like a job, like a raise. You're manifesting a huge raise, and you're manifesting it, and you're checking on it every day. You're affirming for it 10,000 times a day. You're thinking about it constantly. You're not really calming yourself down in any way. You're just like, I gotta get it. And you're doing all these techniques, all this, right? And then you see someone else get the raise, the exact same raise, this exact same amount that you wanted, but you didn't. Now, does this necessarily mean you're not gonna get it? No, you're still gonna get your desire, but it's gonna show up first through something that's least resistant. Remember, you guys, we're all energy. It's all frequency, it's all vibration. When you're in a resistant state, what you're really doing is you want what's in here, you want to experience it, let's say, and you know that you just, all you got to do is like grab it and drink it. Like, it doesn't have to be a struggle, right? But when you're in a resistant energy, what's happening is you're trying to drink from it, but you're doing this. You're like, why can't I freaking drink from this? I want what's in there and it's not coming out, and I want it now and it's not coming now, and I'm checking, I keep checking, I can't see anything, it's not happening. And your universe is literally like, you have to calm down. I will not give you the desire because your energy is not matching the energy of that. What's in here is calm. It's not resistant. It also wants you. But when you really want it and you're like beating that dead horse, right? You're beating the dead horse and you're like, when, how, why? It's literally like, no. When you calm down, then I'll give it to you. Go color in a coloring book. Calm down. Go watch a TV show. Go do something. Calm down, and then I will reveal it to you. Right now, you're not matching that version of the person that's gonna get it. You're not matching that version. You're not matching that state. You're not matching that frequency. Okay, if this makes sense, you guys comment down below. I mean, you know what I mean. When look back on your manifestations, look back on when things manifested for you. Were you sitting and waiting for the manifestation, like, oh my god, is it here, when is it coming, or were you literally kind of like surprised that like when it happened you were like, oh, like I wanted that, but I wasn't stressing about it in this very moment, and that's when I got it. There's a block when there's resistant energy, and when that resistant energy is removed, that's when the doors open and everything flows in. Until then, that reality is not being revealed to you, because that door is open, that door is closed, the windows are tinted, you can't see anything. It's literally like, no, you go to this neutral state of yours, then it will also happen for you. For now, I'm going to show you what you're desiring, but the least resistant way is for me to show it through someone else. Okay? So that's why you may experience third parties. That's why you may experience like some other coworker getting the promotion. That's why you may experience your SP showing that attention to someone else in the moment. It doesn't mean you're not going to get it. It means that in that moment, because you focused on it, you focused on something, that something has to show up. But if you've been in resistant energy dominantly, you've been checking on the how, you've been checking on the when, you've been uneasy, you've been in a lack state. That's what's been dominant. It has to show up through someone else. And what happens is when it shows up through someone else, we get hurt. We feel like we're not worthy, maybe we're not deserving, there's something wrong with us. There's absolutely nothing wrong with you, except you're standing in your own way with resistant energy. And how you remove resistant energy, I talk about it so much in these videos, in these YouTube videos. In my courses, I literally give you homework daily to set up a routine, like you have a routine on how to release that resistance and how to manifest stuff in. But honestly, bring yourself back to neutral. If anything you do is you calm down, maybe do breath work, maybe do yoga, maybe meditate, maybe whatever it is that makes you come back to your present moment, in that moment. Tapping, EFT tapping, I teach that in Master Your Mind, Manifest Your SP. That's not a EFT tapping course, but I do teach a little bit in it to introduce you to it. We could do it in one-on-one sessions as well. But literally, I had a client this week that was like, I did your course, and the way you showed EFT tapping has been the most effective for me. And that made me so happy, because I tweak it a little bit. I do it differently than what most people do. But literally, bring yourself back to calm. I cannot stress this enough. This is probably the most important thing you can do in manifesting, is get out of that lax state and get into a neutral one, at least. Because when you're all over the place, guess what's going to come? Your reality is going to be all over the place. And you don't want that. That hot and cold behavior, that weird energy, that weird push out from your specific person. One moment they're great. One moment they're a jerk. One moment they're all lovey-dovey. One moment they're ghosting you. You don't want that. You don't want that. You don't want that in work. You don't want that in your relationships. You don't want that in family. You don't want that in money. Definitely not in money. Where 1 week it's great, you're so abundant, everything's coming in, and the next week is like no movement at all. You sticking to the regulation is what will literally regulate out there in your universe. But you got to be patient. You got to be patient. I hear so many times, Ani, when is my manifestation going to come in? How long do you think it's going to take? How long do you think I should do this? So like approximately what? Stop. That is a huge indicator that you are in lack. You are not doing this just to get a result temporarily. You're doing this to maintain results, correct? Who wants a temporary result? Like, if you want money coming in. You want that money flowing in constantly. You want your specific person. You don't want just a text from your specific person or a cute comment. You want that commitment. You want that flowing in. So you're not doing this just for a temporary evidence, and then you're going to stop, and then you're going to go back to your old ways. That's why you get partial manifestations. Okay? I know it sucks. Trust me, I know from personal experience. You guys, literally, I could write a book on circumstances I've encountered, on things that have pushed out that literally shocked me, and it was almost like a slap back to the square one. Literally, I've seen it all, and I'm here to tell you, you can do this. Like, it's not impossible. Sometimes the middle of your journey will feel like it is impossible. Sometimes you'll feel like, I haven't seen evidence. What if nothing's working? All of that is very real feelings. All of that is very understanding. You may try to be in your logic most of the time, but you can be that entrepreneur. You can be that success story. You can have the relationship you want. You can be making 6 figures, 7 figures. You can. You are not born to be there's no limits on you. I don't care what anyone tells you. I don't care what anyone says. I remember before I started coaching, way before I started coaching, someone that was coaching, not from this channel, and I will not mention any names because I respect everyone, and everyone is only showing up from their level of consciousness. So we'll never put anyone down. But one time I mentioned my situation, and that person told me that you can't get that. what you want. You can't get that situation that you're wanting. It was a third party situation, but it was like a complicated one. And they were like, yeah, you can't manifest that. And I was like, oh, okay. All right, I'm gonna do more research. I'm gonna read like more. I'm gonna go deeper into this, because the moment when someone tells me I can't, I do. I literally get so much. I get so motivated, and I get so much adrenaline that I have to. I have to prove that I can, that I'm not limited. I am not limited. I always knew that I was never limited, because all this knowledge I've studied all these years, I'm not even talking about manifestation. I'm talking about Bible. I'm talking about comparing religions. I'm talking about ancient civilizations I've read about. Like, there's always a trend that you are limitless. And people who were talking about this like 5,000, like, I don't know, 3,000 years ago, 4,000 years ago. So I remember actually the day I, like, a light bulb went in my mind that, no, I'm going to do this. I'm going to prove it to myself that I'm going to do this. One day I was researching the Egyptian Book of the Dead. I'm very into stuff like that, very into ancient knowledge, ancient civilization. And I was researching the Egyptian Book of the Dead, which is not really about a book of death. It's more about how to live properly per their teachings. And some download came to me at that moment. I was like researching. It was like literally like 3 a.m. And I don't know if you guys get like that. If you do, comment down below. Do you ever get like that, where you just can't sleep and you're like, something's bugging you? You're like up, you're researching all night about something and you want to get to the bottom of it? A download came to my mind randomly. I was literally like to the universe, I'm like, show me a sign that I'm on the right track. Just show me a sign. And then boom, a download was like, Google who wrote the Book of the Dead, ancient Book of the Dead. And it literally said a scribe named Ani. And I was like, huh? What? Like, no, delete, research again. Who wrote the Book of the Dead? A scribe named Ani. And I was like, all right, if this ain't a sign, like, seriously, like, my name is literally Armenian. I've never heard it in an Egyptian story, in an Egyptian text, ever. And when I saw that, I was like, all right, I'm literally in a reality where this is the sign. Like, keep going, keep researching, keep doing what you got to do, keep getting to the bottom of it, because one day it's going to come in handy. You're going to be probably helping people. And then here we are now, right? And I feel like I'm literally here as an example to motivate you guys and teach you guys that you can get your desire, and how to get your desire, and what to do. Like, 99.9% of the time when like a client comes to me with a certain problem or emotion or difficulty, I've gone through it already. And it's like, I love that, because I can help you. I could literally like guide you. And it's the best feeling ever, because when the client, it gets a little scared, like, can I do this? Like, what if it doesn't happen? What if I'm literally like, it's gonna happen. Like, you're gonna experience your desire. Like, just follow the routine, follow what you gotta follow. And each person's different, obviously, right? Each story is different, each circumstance we work towards. But trust yourself. Trust yourself. Trust your intuition. Build your intuition. Most of the time, your body is talking to you. Your mind, your body is talking to you. I'm not talking about the Karen in your head that's trying to make you feel defeated and make you feel like a failure. I'm talking about there's a voice in you that brought you to this knowledge. There's a voice in you that brought you to this video. There's a voice in you that brought you to you hearing these things, it motivating you, you continuing on your journey and going with it. Like, keep going with this flow. You're only going to succeed. You will never fail. Like, sometimes I hear people that are like, I've been doing this, I'm not seeing the evidence I wanted to see as fast as I wanted to see it. But your whole life is leveling up. Your whole life is leveling up. Like, you're making way more money, you're creating amazing relationships with your family, you're getting all this amazing experiences coming to you, your SP's showing up for you. Like, it's never a loss. It's never a loss. You investing in yourself and you understanding the knowledge and what the formula is to get you to what you want, you will never fail. Like, this is not like it's not like you invested and you lost it. You can only go up from here. Sometimes the journey feels like up, down, right? But it's always like up, 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 a little bit down, and then up, 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 a little bit down, up, 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 a little bit down. Like, you're always progressing, always. Trust yourself. Learn to build that intuition. Like, how do you learn to build that intuition? I've talked about this in other videos too, but like, before you make a decision or before you say yes to something or you say no to something or you decide like, oh, I'm going to go do this or I'm going to go do that, listen to your body. Does your body want you to do that? Does your body and mind and soul want you to go to hang out with these people? Does it want you to go check SP's social media? Or you're doing that out of habit? Most likely you're doing it out of habit. You're doing it to people please. You're doing it to self-sabotage. Like, you don't need to be checking your specific person's social media. When your specific person comes in, they come into you. They come and show you that they're here for you. You don't have to check on social media. It's there. It's not, the message is not there. It's not on Facebook. It's not on Snapchat. It's not on Instagram. It's not in your old texts where you're scrolling to read what he said, what I said, what he said, what she said. It's not there. It's not in a different girl's Instagram you're checking to see if they liked each other's posts. The answers are not there. The answers are here and here. And the more you work on how you feel here and what you see here, the more that will change. Okay? Focus creates. Focus creates. But make sure when you're focusing on your desire, you're not in a place of lack and staying in the place of lack while you're pushing the desire. Because first, you want to work on that self-concept where you feel calm, where this doesn't feel exhausting, where this doesn't feel like a chore, this doesn't feel like you're doing 10,000 techniques but you still don't feel good, you feel disgusting inside, you feel like nervous, you feel anxious. You want to take care of that first, come to a calm, neutral, natural place, and then do the work. Okay? Because you don't want partial manifestations running around. Okay? Speaking of focus creates, the other day my parents and I, we were speaking and we were talking about how my dad got this gift card for some grocery store. I don't know, he won a gift card. Me and mom were talking about it and we're just focusing on it, and we're like, oh, you see like how happy he got. Like, it's so cute how happy dad got about it, because like he rarely like my dad is literally, he's learning to not be like that, because I'm literally like always like in his ear, like, stop it, don't do that, like literally you're in lack, right? But if you guys have a family member like this, let me know in the comments. My dad is literally the most realistic, logical person ever. Like, he would never like enter sweepstakes or contests, whatever, because he would be like, yeah, I'm gonna win it out of all those people. Okay, whatever. Yeah. What are the odds? What are the chances? Like, I'm gonna win it out of like 1 million people that entering, right? And me and my mom always look at each other like, here we go. He's talking like a grumpy old man again, blah, 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 right? Me and my mom are so optimistic. My mom is literally the one that like fed me the abundance mindset. Ever since I was a kid, she would always be like, you will always have enough. You're always going to afford what you want. She like literally affirmed that to me. She would always be like, oh, you spent money? Don't dwell on it. It's okay. That's going to come back times 10. You better not dwell on the money you spent. You live one life. Live it to the fullest. Like she would always fill me up with that. That's why I feel like I have such a good money mindset. But my dad, on the other hand, right, is just like, right? So he won this, we convinced him, like, enter, just for the heck of it, for fun. And he won. And he won like $300. And me and mom were talking about it and how cute his reaction was and how like he got happy. He was like a little kid. And literally the next day, my mom goes to the casino and she wins $300 in a grocery gift card. Literally what my dad won, but to a different place. It was a different grocery store. And I was telling my mom, I'm like, do you see how focus creates? We were literally talking about this yesterday, and now you have one in your hand. Now you won. And we didn't even know that there was this contest going on. Like, she didn't know that that contest was happening. She literally just showed up and she swiped her card and this offer appeared and she had to pick a box, and she picked the one that had the winning thing in it. And I'm sharing this with you guys because you don't need much focus. You don't need to beat a dead horse. You need the least resistant energy to follow it. Did she believe it? Was she imagining it? Was she visualizing it? No, she wasn't doing any of that. All she did was she just had a talk about it the day before. And she was so resistant free the following day that when she went to just have fun, the desire presented itself to her. And this goes with every desire. All desires will present themselves to you. You have to be resistant free, or least resistant as possible, neutral, for it to reveal itself. Because any other energy that is creating lack and resistance, a lot of the thoughts of when, how, who, what, where, a lot of figuring it out creates resistance. So you just got to do the work and work on the resistance. Do the work on the resistance, and it will show itself to you. Because what you want wants you. You don't have the desire for no reason. You have it because it wants you too. But you have to stand like kind of out of your own way. Okay? I hope this video helped you guys. I hope you guys have a great weekend, great Friday, great Saturday, great Sunday, great start to your month. I will see you in next Friday's video. If you guys are interested in any of my courses, links will be in the description box down below. Do not worry about the date and time when you go to purchase a course. That's for our end. The moment you purchase a course, the moment you click on it and purchase it, you receive the course and you have it forever. You can always go back to it. You could always redo it. You could always use the homework on a daily basis. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love each and every one of you. Thank you for your amazing comments. If you are someone that has sent in a success story and I have not shared it yet, I will share it soon. I will share it soon. I love you. I will see you in next Friday's video. Bye, guys.